once a Yankee come to Trinidad. They got all the young girls going mad. Young girls say they treat them nice. Make Trinidad like paradise. Drink rum and Coca-Cola. Go down Point Cumana. Both mother and daughter looking for the Yankee dollar.
Hi, guy. Week 10, Rants from Rouges. Here we go. Interesting week last week. We'll just jump right into it. Why not? How was your weekend, actually? Tell me. SummerSlam weekend. Was it great?
Yeah, it was pretty good. The CFL bets could have been a little better. I mean, Edmonton should have won that game and crashed you over, and they dropped it. We'll talk about that in a minute, but like, PJ Walker sucked. I'm shocked. That was the freest money. He was all he's not playing this week, which is a good thing. But he was awful. And did you see the interview? He looks like he's 75 years old. He looks so old. He's 30.
Man, that looks like he should be playing football.
He looks so old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he was a disaster. What a disaster. What did we tell you? Exactly what we said. I said this team's fragile. Quarterback goes down. They got nobody behind him. And, PJ Walker, he looked like, the Browns, the Panthers, PJ Walker. Not very good. Not the XFL PJ Walker.
Anything but the XFL PJ Walker. But, it was an expected game. And we'll talk about Ottawa in a bit when we get to their game against the Argos this week. But overall, like, the games this past week weren't terrible. They weren't fantastic. The Argos Winnipeg game had a little bit of entertainment. In reality, the Argos just let the Winnipeg D and special teams beat them, where they beat themselves, really. But when you let two kick return TDs in a game, I don't know if it's necessarily the opponent being strong or you just being terrible at your blocks. But that was an interesting one.
The second one, they were better in the coverage. Like, they got hands on him, but he was just people tackled. The first one, he was untouched, so that's just awful. Winnipeg, they got away with one. The best bet went down. The Argos should have won that game by, they should have won the game anyways. They should have at least, cover the 3.5. I mean,
it was only 18 offensive points by, Winnipeg.
By Winnipeg, exactly. Yeah, there was the
Trevor didn't really do much. And they can thank their stars that they had Willie Jefferson play. I think PFF has noted it as the most complete game a footballer has played since they started grading footballers. He had a 99.3 PFF. 99.3.
He was everywhere in the fourth quarter, especially like when Winnipeg, when the Argos started to come back. I mean, as we predicted, Coxie was cooking. I mean, we had over 70.5. He had over 170.5 yards. He was my fantasy captain, and now I am in first place in our little league. And I was looking, I'm like, how far am I behind the leaderboard now? That was a pretty good week for me. I had almost 200 points. Coxie captain. I had the Red Blacks defense. The only thing I had a boy who did nothing, but the Arbuckle had 19 points. Hardy had 2 touchdowns. Tim White was good. Rankin had like 30 points. I knew that you can run on the Ticats. Yeah. So I had a feeling that Edmonton would be running the ball there a little bit. And 2 lightning delays. The second one didn't really matter. The game was over.
I was going to say it did. The first one definitely mattered for our over.
Mm-hmm. I think that kind of killed
that game.
Yeah.
But it was coming. The over was coming there. But the second lightning delay in the Montreal-Saskatchewan game, that game was long done by first quarter.
Finally, we won an under. Finally, one cashed. And it was almost pretty much a no sweat under. I said, as the Montreal can't score, I said if Saskatchewan locks him down, we're gonna hit on the under. But the only way we would have lost, I said, was if Montreal won or covered, because if Montreal was going to need to score to for us to lose both. Like Saskatchewan would have had to score like 50. Yeah, and they didn't get there. So.
And they didn't even come close. No, but aside from that, what did you think of the Edmonton game? An interesting team there.
We'll talk about them in a minute, but
what did you think of their performance against Hamilton? I think you.
Oh, they should have won.
I was thinking
better.
Yeah,
but they elked again. Like they dropped the game, like the go-ahead touchdown with a minute to go. They dropped it.
Yeah,
Cody dropped in the bucket. Cody Grace recovered a punt. You could tell that. The kind of like the Ticats were a little bit flat in that game. You could tell. I said it was a rough spot. I didn't want to lay it. Ironically, you could have middled that game that landed 4. If you had taken 4.5 with the Elks, you covered. And then later in the week it was 3.5. And if you laid 3.5 with the Ticats, I think the books actually got fucked in that game because the early sharp money bet Edmonton because of the spot. Yeah. And obviously, the late public money is going to be Hamilton. So, I mean, they probably got, there was a little bit of a bloodbath for the books in that game. Woof. You'd be on the.
That way, we don't have a lot of middles here this week. Like this week, we got 3s and 5s. We don't have any 3.5s or 5.5s.
Well, so the lines have moved. I think every line has moved this week with injury, except for the Toronto-Ottawa, it moved a little bit, Toronto-Ottawa, but not much. It was 3.5 basically all week. But the first 2 have definitely moved. And though the Hamilton, we can start with that. Hamilton's moved back. This was 3.5. And I knew the BC money was coming, and I thought about betting 3.5 with BC. I thought because this is a horrid spot for the Ticats. They have back-to-back on the road. They're going to come home on a short week, but they have the bye next week. And we saw what Saskatchewan, the other first-place team, did last week going into the bye. They pumped the team. So, and there's a little bit of an X factor here because Mr. NBA MVP Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but the Hamilton zone will the best thing to come into Hamilton since maybe ever, considering I don't like Tim Hortons. He is in the building. Oh, did that freeze there? He is in the building for this week. So. Originally, when I looked at this game, I said this is a BC spot. But this is the same spot we saw 2 weeks ago. We have a team coming off bye, and the other team has played a game in between, and they're playing. This was the Winnipeg Calgary spot, and what happened? Calgary won again by 21, whatever. The same exact thing. So originally, I was like, "Oh, this is a BC spot," but the more I'm like the Tigers won 6 in a row. And this line is 3 now. You know what I mean? And it got down to 2.5. And I was like, oh, now maybe it's, the better team. The better team at home laying, less than a field goal. I'm like, well, maybe I take it. And then the line is back at 3 again. So it's like this feels like the Tigers just win by 3. But like we talked about it last week on the show for a little bit, BC, like I don't like the vibes. And the vibes in the Ticats are like they're
vibing. They're vibing.
6 straight wins. They're finding ways to win in games that they shouldn't. The games that they should win, they're winning by margin. Like the Ottawa game 3 weeks ago, they won by 15. You know what I mean? And they're finding ways to eke out victories against BC 2 weeks ago, Edmonton last week, Ottawa 4 weeks ago. And
injury wise, they've gotten a little healthier too. You have the rookie coming back. He was out last week. Verasuk, he's back this week. And then you have Wolodarski debuting. So another offensive weapon.
Yeah.
That joined the mix. I mean, Smith and Whites and Lawler. Lawler's kind of died down a bit, but that's just because he's getting double, triple coverage almost every play.
We saw what happened last time they played BC. They just said, well, we're going to take Lawler away. And what Smith coached them. Tim White had a good game.
Small.
Yeah. Woltarsky, you might think, well, Tigers have 3 receivers, and they have O'Leary Orange, a tight end. Does this really matter? But when you've played, this amount of games in a short span of time, it could be a little bit fast. But getting a fresh receiver in there, he could make a difference here. And then Jordan Murray, who got hurt, I believe, a couple weeks ago. It looks like he's going to play the offensive lineman.
He's back in.
Yeah. So, and again, Ticats have had the best offensive line in the league, pretty much all season long.
Yeah. And I know you don't love him as much, but since Dolagala has taken over the QB sneak role, they've been very well at converting the 3-and-1s or the 2-and-1s.
Oh, well, Lee Trey's better, but Lee Trey's hurt. So.
He's hurt, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. And just
Lee Trey's been
having Dolagala there.
Well. Yeah. Dolagala's been good. Good for him. I hope he doesn't have to throw the ball at all. I mean, maybe they throw a fake. That's fine because he's fine on like that kind of play. He can toss a fake, right?
There's no flea flicker.
Oh God, please no. What was it? Who ran the jet sweep? Ottawa. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's been I have a bone to pick with the Ottawa play caller, but what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. But anyways, BC. So listen to the interviews this week. Buck Pierce. I said at the beginning I was not high on this guy. I
never liked his hire.
Yeah. The Winnipeg offense wasn't that good last year, in my opinion. The Winnipeg offense, Brady, they have good players, with Lawler, Brady, Stanley Bryant, Nick Dembski, but it wasn't anything special. They didn't wow me last year, like the Ticats offenses this year or the Stamps offenses when they're fully healthy. And then. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't sound like he knows what he's talking. He sounds over his head. Like you have this rookie coach off the bye. Is it really a bump? And then you have Rourke, who they asked him, you get a bye week and they're on 5 days rest. How does it feel about this? And he says, we have to travel, and I think that's even harder. I'm just thinking, this is 2025. The travel shouldn't be hard at all. I mean, I know it's a bit of a long trip from Vancouver to Hamilton, but I mean, you coming off a bye, and he's saying that because they have to travel, they feel Hamilton is the advantage. I'm just like,
over the short break.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you say. I don't know.
Hamilton had to travel too. 1 hour.
Yeah,
further from
Edmonton.
Vancouver.
Yeah, I know. Which is why it's like it's weird. I don't know. I didn't. That tells me that either he's playing. I don't think he's playing mind games. That tells me that BC's travel situation, or maybe the CFL's travel situation in general, isn't that great. But we've seen teams win at home, win on the road. So I don't know. Maybe it's a BC thing. I didn't like that comment. That's not a bet on comment. I don't know if it's a bet against comment.
I don't think it's a bet against. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
You don't think they spent the whole week thinking about beating Hamilton?
Yeah, they sure, but so did Winnipeg, and they got smashed.
They did, yeah.
I think there were injuries in that game, but still, I mean, the
and BC's lost both games last season off a bye. They lost both of them last.
Both of them, eh? Yeah. So I mean, but
Rick Campbell and Hamilton.
Rick Campbell wasn't a good coach last year. I was talking. I don't know how many times I said this guy. They give him all these great accolades. He wasn't any good. He's not good. There's a reason Bob Dyce still has a job because the guy behind him, I think, is probably worse. I'm gonna pull a Giugiano here, and I'm gonna ignore the tough delay spot, and I'm just gonna say Hamilton's better. Line's 3. They're at home. Ticats -3, half a unit, small bet. I'm not in love with this play. But Hamilton's better. Like we know
I
they're
think so
better.
too. It's also
Yeah.
a celebration game.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have a sold out crowd. You're 100 tickets short.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't know. Is it sold out?
100 tickets short.
Oh, okay. Because I got an email for the tickets.
It'll probably sell by tomorrow. I mean,
yeah.
it's
I got an
close,
email
right?
a few weeks ago, like, "Oh, come to the game." Oh, it's a Thursday game. I can't make it. But, because I got to work Friday. But and it's not the fastest trip.
Yeah.
But
so you're taking the Hamilton on points, and are you taking you said Hamilton money line as well?
No. Hamilton's a favorite. The Hamilton -3.
Yeah.
Half a unit. Hamilton -3. This is a small play. I know both half units lost last week, but this one I'm a little more confident. I mean, I'm not confident on this play, but I like Hamilton's got good vibes. Hamilton's a better team. Hamilton's at home.
Yeah.
And Hamilton, I don't, because of the Shea being in the building, because they have the bye next week, I don't think they're going to come out flat. Maybe they get tired late, but Bo's got this acupuncture rest schedule going on. He seems to be fine. Usually, the older quarterbacks on the short weeks like to feel, but he seems to have figured something out here. And they're getting guys back. And BC's just, they're a little bit of a mess right now. And if they picked off Bo, I think, a couple of times 2 weeks ago, and he hasn't been throwing many picks. So I don't know if they're going to get him again here.
But he adjusted after halftime.
Exactly.
Whatever the game was. So it's
Nathan Rourke.
It's not to say that. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Rourke and company eke out a win here. I don't think it'll be a blowout. You don't think this game goes over 55? You don't think it's another 70-point banger potentially here with the runs and all that stuff?
I'm not playing over 55. No, it's not happening.
Yeah,
unless I'm really confident. But this could be 30-25 and you lose. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I feel like it will be like 30-24, 30-27, that kind of range. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
BC's, they've been known to score and play well at home. I know they have 2 road victories this year, but one of them was a Montreal oopsie and that went under. And the other one was in Edmonton. Nathan Rourke owns the Elks soul. So
I'm still not sold on this BC team, like you say. I need a couple more weeks of. I mean, they get to face the East now, right? And this is Hamilton's their first test against the East, really.
Yeah, and also how do you beat Hamilton? You run the ball. Like Hamilton's run defense is still kind of. I know Verasuk was out last week, so that didn't help against Rankin and company, but. BC's going to run here.
Butler, how much did he run last time against
Rourke? Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just trying to wonder what did Butler run last time against them? He recorded a season high 4 rushes of 10+ yards last week against Hamilton this season. So he'll be running. He'll be running.
He'll be running.
The other tidbit here: if Hamilton wins this game, they'll be 7-2. Remember the last time they were 7-2? 2019. What happened in 2019?
Yeah, the Grey Cup where it was on the same night as Survivor Series, and I turned the Grey Cup off early because Winnipeg pumped us like 40-7 or something stupid. I don't remember. I didn't watch after Winnipeg scored their second defensive touchdown. I said, okay, that's enough of that.
That's enough.
the Winnipeg D line absolutely murdered Masoli in that game. I think it was Masoli or Evans, one of the two. But that Grey Cup doesn't hurt as much because it wasn't close.
No, not as much.
And I had a bet. You know what's funny? I had a bet on Hamilton to win the Grey Cup, a future at +6. So I bet Winnipeg because they were the underdogs on the spread, hoping Hamilton wins by 3. I win both. At worst, I get my money back, and I got my money back. So. But hey, that Hamilton Grey Cup, but they're the second favorites right now.
I know.
So I hope you tailed 2 weeks ago. Plus 1,000. Well, and plus 1,100 2-3 weeks ago, I said, well, "What are people don't watch the CFL? Like this looks like the team is getting better and better every week." They say, and they haven't peaked yet. They're playing well.
I don't think so.
But yeah, Saskatchewan is playing well too. So, but I have both. I have both in pocket. Those are my only Grey Cup bets. They're in first in both divisions. I didn't bet Calgary. I think I have Edmonton too. But I mean, we can throw that one away. that was small. I think that was like
it was a sprinkle. Yeah, it wasn't
a
nothing big.
little sprinkle. Yeah, and hey, the Calgary sweep technically still alive. They haven't played them yet.
Still alive. Let's talk about Edmonton because injury report wise, they're fairly healthy. Montreal, not looking the greatest right now. A couple of key guys out. But is this the tale of two teams going in opposite directions right now, just because of injuries and such? Like, are you seeing Montreal dip and dip and dip a bit more ever since that comeback game against the Argos? They've looked a fraction of themselves without Davis behind the ball there.
So the defense has still been good. Offensively, they've been not great. I think they scored. I think they only scored 20 points, right, or 23, something with MBT. Not enough points.
Yeah,
that's why we bet. That's why I bet the under last week. Yeah. 6, 20 against BC. They've Hamilton. I think they got to 23 or something, but Hamilton scored 37 in that game.
Yeah.
So and then I think
they're averaging a league low. I think they average the lowest scoring in the league, Montreal, right now.
Yeah, they're and now the injury report is you have cluster injuries at wide receiver, cluster injuries at defensive back, corner, and safety. You barely got to midfield. I know the Elks defense isn't going to be the Riders defense. Don't kid yourself. But you barely got to midfield against the Riders. You had 6 points off of 2 bombs from Maltos Diaz.
Yeah, I feel like he's the only guy doing something. The fact that you have to kick in the CFL from 50-plus yards, you're desperate. You're being desperate.
Yeah, and this kind of smells like Ottawa, Calgary last week, where here comes a 1-6 team against a team that's banged up, and you're pretty much outside of Royce Metier. Everybody's pretty much in. And they're playing better, and they just played Hamilton, and they played them close. You know, it's almost the same scenario. They're playing a non-conference opponent. Look, they were dominant in that Hi-Cats game on special teams. And we know Mark Killam is a special teams guy. They were excellent on special teams. That's where they got there. And Montreal, James Letcher's out. You know, there could be some questions here. The Cody Grace obviously recovering the punt. Was that intentional? Was it not? They're not going to tell you. You know, because this is a smart coach.
Yeah,
this isn't Jason Ma. Who is it? Oh no, this is the same team. So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they learned their lesson. This is the same team that Cody was starting. But anyways, Jason Moss. Sorry, I meant. So maybe they learned their lesson after telling everybody they're starting Cody when they shouldn't have. Obviously, he's starting now. The run game return. Now it is Hamilton, who you can run on.
Yeah,
they will give up the run, but of course, Castantona's got the pick late, and then Julian Grant dropped the touchdown, and a win turned into a loss. But you have McLeod here, who's probably gonna give you one back. You have, I think he's throwing an interception every game. And of course, Cody going back to Montreal. A team that McLeod, I don't know if he really wanted to be in Edmonton anyways. Like, oh my God, I got traded from the Elks. Who cares? But Cody, they've shipped you from Great Cup contenders Montreal to Edmonton. You know what I mean? Where you're a backup. So I think, now starter. He has played well. Okay, as much as I think they should be playing Trey Ford, Cody's played well. I like Edmonton here.
Yeah.
I think we get the same result as SummerSlam, where Cody wins. Cody comes in and gets his big W here.
In front of his old fans, eh?
Yeah, in front of those Montreal fans. I have.
You're taking the Elks.
Well, I bet this earlier. I got plus 3.5. That's gone, but I still like.
Okay.
So Elks plus 2.5 for 1 unit, and then Elks money line plus 130 for a third of a unit. I got a little bit better, but I mean, with these injuries, I'm probably going to add a little more here on the. I think I didn't put the. I think I originally was going to be 2/3 of a unit on 3.5, and then 1 unit or a third of a unit on the plus 150. But now it's a little bit less. And the injuries in Montreal, I'll put the full unit on plus 2.5, just in case Maltos Diaz kicks to win by 2 like they did against. Was that Toronto? Who did they do that against?
They beat Toronto by 1.
No, Calgary. It was the when VA got hurt. Yeah.
Just kicked it at the end. Yeah.
Congratulations, McLeod Bethel Thompson. You've beaten PJ Walker, who's like maybe the worst quarterback ever to play in the CFL. Well, not the worst ever.
Yeah, I did want to discuss because it popped out online for a little bit. It didn't really linger much, but do you think, after Calgary's little experiment with PJ Walker, and a little afraid of what that might look like if VA does go down? Because now, like, think about it, other teams are just going to be like, "All right, take out VA, you win the game against Calgary." Do you think there's maybe a potential for Trey Ford to get shipped down to Calgary?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was thinking about that the other day. I mean, if I'm Calgary, I'm calling Edmonton. I know they're rivals, but you're 1-6. I mean, if Calgary wants to give you first round pick for Trey Ford, you're not going to play. You know what I mean? Like, like if you don't like him, now the problem is he probably goes to Calgary and plays well, and then you look like idiots because he gave it to a rival. That's another problem. I mean, maybe they go and get Nick Arbuckle. Who knows?
Yeah.
Whoever loses
and Trey Ford to Toronto.
Well, I don't think
good old Niagara Falls boy playing in the Big Six.
Well, three-way trade or something like that. Edmonton gets a first. Toronto, Edmonton gets Calgary's first. Toronto gives Calgary a second and Nick Arbuckle, and then Toronto gets Trey Ford. Or Toronto gives Calgary their first now or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's sort of your contingency.
Yeah, or maybe they get like rights to an NFL player or something. We saw that earlier this week.
Yeah, that could happen.
Brown
yeah.
And who signed the Hamilton signed Kevin Brown? Who signed Kevin Brown? Hamilton, right?
It was Hamilton, yes.
Yeah. I saw that. I'm like, is Greg Bell like hurt or I don't know. I mean, he hasn't been as good this year, but you have Augustine who's been good. But I guess maybe
both guys are in. Yeah.
Maybe because Lee Trey's out, they want the power back. Because Augustine and Bell aren't power backs. They're more like a speed back. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You need your little bit of thunder there to get that 1 yard.
So you think the spread here? Yeah. You think the spread here is just Montreal's home? This 2.5 is just them because they're home? Like I just don't understand how the books look at this injury report and go, yeah, Montreal's probably.
Well, it's the Elks. They don't win. They're 1-16.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Ottawa
they don't. They're
Ottawa
not going to make.
Did you see the Ottawa line move? I mean, PJ Walker was worth that many points.
PJ Walker's a bum right now. Like, he's bad. You saw how he was. It was free money. I told you that. Like I said, PJ Walker beats me. Good for him. You know what I mean? I'm loading up here in Ottawa, and look what happened. But also it was Ottawa ramping up. It's the same scenario here. It's the same scenario. But the books can't make Edmonton a favorite on the road. You nuts? They'd get hammered the other way. Someone would bet Montreal if Edmonton was a favorite.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't know, should they be? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, Ottawa was at home too, weren't they last week?
This was pretty much a pick 'em at this point.
Yeah, it's a pick 'em, because Montreal's getting 2.5 for being home. It's still a road game. It's still the Elks. They can still elk this game away. McLeod isn't PJ Walker, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. He's better. Okay? They're down receivers. They're down defensive backs. That matters. But, Edmonton's not exactly the most pass-happy team. And Montreal is deep at receiver. Rambo's still going to play. Sneed's still there. Speaker. There's lots of weapons.
Still have options. So
it's more the defensive backs. Like Edmonton should be able to score. But I didn't want to bet the Edmonton team total because I was looking at that and I said, well, if Edmonton gets to 25, Montreal's not winning because they can't score more than 20 points.
Yeah, they won't.
So I mean, in theory, I should play the Edmonton team total, but in my head, I'm just like, yeah, but Montreal can't score. You know what I mean? I know it's Edmonton, and maybe they can score on Edmonton, but I don't. I gotta see it. This McLeod offense has been nothing like poor.
Yeah. It's been
So,
a pick, and they've been counting on their kicker to deliver points.
Yeah, if Edmonton scores 25, they're covering 2.5. Montreal's not scoring. Montreal scores more than 27. I'll tip my hat to them.
Yeah, there is a world in this game where Maltos kicks like 8 times and wins the game.
Sure, field goal props. We need some. We need some field goal props. Over 40.5, longest field goal in this game. Why not? I would bet it. Maltos, that he's hammering these things. And he's at home
from 57.
So I know that Montreal stadium, the wind can be a little bit of a factor. So
it does. It is quite windy. It does get quite windy.
Yeah, so
it does give a little bit of an edge. Let's jump to this game here. This one's on Saturday. I'll be attending the Argos versus the Red Blacks. They welcome the Red Blacks, the win streak Red Blacks of 1 win. This game also very interesting on the injury report. Both teams, again, look like they have some key guys out, Hardy being probably the big one for Ottawa. Lang looks like he's limited, but he'll probably play. McGowan, that might be a bit of an issue. Cormier might be a bit of an issue. But then you have the Argos who might not have Metal, who might not have McManus, who might not have... Oh, no, it looks like Swilka.
Yeah, Slilka's going to be back, I think.
He'll be back, yeah.
I made a note of that.
But no McManus, no Metal, maybe no Daniels. He's limited as well. So we might have some options there where it's going to be Coxie getting double teamed. Or, they'll just have to play the mismanaged height battle again.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize McManus. I didn't see that he didn't practice. Wow,
did not practice it. So, or hip, sorry. So in this game, they're still favorites here on this line, but I mean, what I saw from Ottawa last week, like, granted, it was a very injured, dead Calgary. It's almost like Calgary punted that game, which they probably did.
No, they didn't. The defense played hard. PJ Walker just sucked.
Yeah.
Right? You have an average quarterback in there, that game is tight.
You think so?
PJ Walker.
Is that what I'm just seeing the biasy? Maybe I'm not really seeing what the defense did.
Well, the Ottawa was good in the first half on offense, but Calgary shut him down basically in the second half. They only scored the pick 6. And
that's right.
PJ Walker had like one good drive. He could only find Rhymes. He couldn't find anybody. Now I know the receivers were hurt. Behind Rhymes, there wasn't much. Brooks.
Yeah.
Some other guys, but I mean, he was throwing bad balls, and
I mean, they still got 14.
He had protection. He had time. He just sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know, and he looks like he's 40. Just
that's gonna be the show.
Like, how old is this guy? Was he lying about his age, or is just that
he's 30, man? He's like your age, man.
I know.
Listen, he's stressed, okay? Give him some time. He's playing for the Stamps. He was terrified that he had to jump in there. But yeah, this game, I mean, I think the biggest welcome back for Ottawa was just how freaking good Drew Brown is in the red zone. Just he's gonna convert. If you get him in the last 20, that guy will figure out a way to get a point. Or get a major there.
Well, the one thing I didn't like about the Ottawa offense, I did like the Dustin Crum, Drew Brown both on the field. I did like that. What I didn't like was some of these awful play call with a jet sweep on the outside. That was horrible. That was
weird, yeah.
Stop with these, unless it's the goal line. Or just don't run jet sweeps. I know somebody ran it and it worked. You know what I mean? Like, it works every once in a while, but it's a bad play. Okay, in my opinion, when it's poorly executed, it looks horrid. And that jet sweep is bad. You want a jet sweep where you can quickly go and cut. This guy was going all the way almost to the sideline. You're not going anywhere. You got to go.
Yeah, I have no idea where he was. Terrible.
I don't know who's the Ottawa player. I know it's not Bob Dyce. I don't know who I gotta look up who it is, but the Ottawa
I gotta get that
offensive
guy's autograph.
coordinator. Yeah, he's I don't know. I'll let you finish on in a minute. Actually, you finish on Ottawa, then I'll get into the game.
Well, finish about Ottawa. The rant about Ottawa.
Yeah.
What I like about them.
I cut you off a little bit.
Yeah, no. I mean, what I like about them is I think this team kind of is starting to figure it out a bit. I think injuries have definitely hampered them for the first half of this season. If what I saw last week, granted, it was against a very, very different Calgary team than what we've seen all season. I'll put it at that. But this Ottawa team looks like they want to play, and they want to play hard. Now, not having Hardy this week is a little bit concerning for me. But then I look to a guy like Pimpleton, and I think, the Argos just let in 2 kick return TDs, and here comes a guy who's a bit faster than the guys. What was his name? Vital, I think was his
Vavel.
Vavel. Yeah. This guy's a bit more seasoned and a bit more faster. So I mean, this is the big thing here is like in Ottawa's secondary, and can Bob continue to keep these guys out of penalty troubles? But then I see the Argos, and the Argos had a very interesting game last week. I think they went into that game a little too confident. They should have taken a step back. Obviously, Winnipeg was a bit more, and we'll talk about them in a bit, but a bit more interested in playing that game than the one they had at BMO. But the Argos themselves, I feel like, keep beating themselves this season. That their biggest enemy is themselves. And while they already beaten this Ottawa team, they haven't beaten a Drew Brown team, and they have been caught trying to play catch up a lot in all these games. And I think if Ottawa gets a nice early lead here by 2 TDs, that Toronto will have a hard time catching them.
I agree.
I kind of think Ottawa has the edge here to jump the gun faster than the Argos. Although the Argos have typically started really well with the first TD drive of the game, they just haven't been able to compound that TD. They haven't been able to gone, let's double down on it. They end up suffering another 2 or suffering 2 and a goal. So that's to me, this game, I see the numbers, the spread, but I think it's more of a pick'em than what I see on this line here.
Yeah, I agree. I think this should be maybe 1 or 2. This was 3.5. Actually, you can still get a 3.5 right now at FanDuel if you like the Red Blacks. So DeMonte Coxey was the key for the Argos. Let's get 170. We had the easiest casher of a prop I've ever had. The props aren't out this week yet. I looked. I was going to bet Coxey again. I mean, how could you not? I'm going to bet it unless it's like 100. If it's less than 100, I'm going to bet it. Half for half a unit there. Two special team touchdown, defensive touchdown. You're not going to win very many games, and they almost did. They played hard, but
still came back. Yeah,
the offensive line was the main reason, in my opinion. I mean, there was a strip sack. Vaughters recovered. They couldn't stop Jefferson. Like you said, Willie Jefferson had a really, really good game. But you have to adjust. Okay, I don't care. Put in a 6 lineman. Do something. You know what I mean? You got to stop this guy. He was all over you. You got to do something. Chip him. Something.
Nothing.
I mean, I get it. Vaughters is playing well too, but the special teams, though. I mean, Dinwiddie was pissed on the sideline.
He hasn't been happy for a long time this season.
I know it's
because I think he knows his team is better than their record, even with the injuries. Because this is
they're better.
I'll give Toronto this. Their management knows how to take talent or people who may have not been successful on other CFL teams and turn them around to be that much better on the Argos. And this team has just not been able to do the same magic that the last few years have.
The offensive line just sucks. The guys who were good last year.
They picked up another guy. They picked up Savoie this week. Another CFL guy, a little bit of a vet there, but let's be honest, that guy's making more money selling homes in Calgary, or he was maybe. So you're just getting real estate agents come back on that line. And to me, it's just there. It's unless McManus is on that field, there's no commander, and no commander there. It's just this team is just not up to snuff. I don't like.
They've had good effort.
Yes,
they've had,
but effort isn't wins, man.
No, I know.
And the only thing we have, the saving grace here, is that you haven't had anyone really pull away in the West to take away that crossover spot.
Yeah,
it's still in reach. Even for Ottawa, it's still in reach. That's more in reach for Ottawa than Toronto, maybe at this point.
Well, Toronto has an East win because they beat Ottawa, but whereas Ottawa's only beaten Calgary twice. And then Toronto's other win is going to win against the Bombers. This is essentially
more times.
yeah. But this here is essentially an elimination game in August, because whoever loses this, like if Ottawa loses, like your tiebreaker's gone,
season's done,
right? Like Ottawa has to win this game to keep their season alive, essentially. And I think Toronto knows they pretty much have to win this game too, because I mean you can't fall behind to Ottawa now, because Ottawa's off a win now. You can't let these guys get rolling, because I'm telling you, I've seen this a million times. These teams with these high win totals get off to bad starts. You can't let them get rolling. If Ottawa wins this, they could get rolling here. The confidence can come back. Now, Justin Hardy's a concern. But I think this is going to be a hard-fought game, and one team's getting 3.5. The other team's not. And the other team doesn't have exactly a great home field edge. I know both wins have come. Actually, did they win in Ottawa or did they win at home against the Red Blacks?
They beat Ottawa.
They won in Ottawa. Yeah. Okay. So that hasn't been exactly a home field edge here for me. Yeah, Winnipeg sucks in Toronto, but that's been going on forever. It was my bad for betting the Bombers that week. Now, I haven't had a great read on the Argos, but the last, I don't know, how many weeks I bet on Red Blacks games. I think I've cashed at least 3, the 2 against Hamilton last week in Calgary. So I've had a good read on Ottawa. And coming into this week, I liked the Red Blacks. When I saw the 3.5, that's too many. I can't lay 3.5 with Toronto right now. They're not doing it for me. And Zach Peleos looks like he might play.
Yeah.
He got hurt early in that game, and that kind of let the Sam's defense, get a little take over a little bit here. Yeah. And Toronto's not going to be able to run the ball here. Stamps basically
took away Dedrick.
Sorry, not Stamps.
They have no.
They don't have to run the ball, first of all. But Ottawa basically took away Dedrick Mills in the last game. They came with a good game plan. Yeah. Bob Dyce is going to watch those 2 special teams touchdowns in Winnipeg on. He's going to cook something up. I guarantee.
You run down the left, run down the right.
Well, you have Bob Dyce and you have Rick Campbell, who are both special teams. Really, really good. And Rick Campbell is not the best head coach. I'm sure special teams have been pretty good here. Well, they were poor early, but they figured it out since then. And, I think Ottawa could take advantage of the special teams. The Pimpleton is very dangerous every time he's on the field with that kicker. And I know Jerian Grant is dangerous, but he's been quiet. I mean, you ran one back against Hamilton. But outside of that, he's been – and that was the lateral there. So, I mean –
they had the lateral.
You need a trick play, essentially. Or like creativity. But Ottawa knows they need this game. So I'm going to take Ottawa plus 3.5 here. I have half a unit right now. But listening to you, I'm going to make it a full unit. I'm going to add some more. Full unit, Ottawa 3.5. I like the Red Blacks. I think they're going to turn it around. I think they're making the playoffs.
Well,
I think they're going to turn it around. I don't like
Winnipeg.
BC.
Yeah.
I don't like BC. I don't like Toronto, and Edmonton's a mess right now. So let me just see their schedule. Yeah, they play Winnipeg.
They get Winnipeg next week, and then they host the Elks.
Exactly. So I mean,
you easily win 3 right here.
Yeah, they're off a win. It's a 3 p.m. start. It's going to be.
They get
no exhibition yet.
It is a little. Yeah.
I'll be watching.
They get the Labor Day off. Then they get Labor Day off, and then they get to take on BC.
Yeah, they get that BC on a short week. Yeah. So,
I mean,
I like the Red.
The Red Blacks end of season. It isn't the worst.
Well, the
the back-to-back against Montreal maybe
with Davis probably. You want to play Montreal now? The Red Blacks just got the shit end of the stick when it came to the schedule. I think they just got the wrong teams at the wrong time. But you got to win some of these games. This is one. If they win this game, and if BC loses, I think they'll be in that third spot. Because they're the East team, aren't they? Isn't that how it works?
Yes. You have to have a physical, a better record.
That's
more
what
wins
I thought.
To get in.
Yeah, more points.
Doesn't matter about tiebreakers or anything. They'll give the East if they have the same record.
Yeah, so they're gonna be if BC loses to Hamilton, and which is the 3 points here. It's a coin flip a little bit, but. Ottawa could be in a playoff spot after all that talk. After Bob Dyce looking like he was going to get fired. I mean, after everything. If they lose this game, the season's like it's pretty much done. But you win this game, all of a sudden, you're in the playoffs, and maybe you're facing McLeod. Who knows?
It's true.
It's true. So. They could still host the playoff. They still got 2 games against Montreal. It's not hosting the playoff.
They could.
Yeah, Montreal's in trouble right now, and as I said, this is the turning point of the season. You got a freebie last week against PJ Walker, a warm-up game. Outside of Justin Hardy, you're fully healthy. Yes, he's your best receiver, but you have other guys. You have Pimpleton. You have who else do they have? Eugene Lewis. You know what I mean? Like this could be maybe. I don't know. McFadden concerns me. Do I play Lewis props? But if McFadden's on the whole, I don't know if Drew Brown's going to throw there. And we've seen Drew Brown cook Toronto before, I think, and a couple.
It has, yes. I look. I'm telling you, man. I'm not feeling the vibe here. As an Argo fan, I'm a little worried about this game. As you mentioned, it's a lot of people say, "Oh, the season doesn't start till Labor Day." This is pretty much our Labor.
Well, this is a playoff game. This is as close as you're going to get to a playoff game in August. Did they play again?
No,
this is the last meeting. Yeah, this is it.
So, this is important.
Yeah. How much did Toronto win by? 7. Okay. Or no, 13. Okay, so we're going to add a little sprinkle here.
Ooh.
Ottawa minus 13.5 because they need to win by 14 for the tiebreaker. So if they're up, they're not going to they're not going to take their foot off the gas. If Bob Dyce knows what he's doing. It's a little sprinkle, small, very, very small sprinkle. Ottawa minus 13.5 for the tiebreak.
Hey, for the tiebreak? I like it.
Yeah, because they lost by 13. You win by 14, though. Doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
But what's that number? I'll look up what that number is. You can tee off the last game. For the tiebreak. I'm going to see what I can get on that.
That would be a crazy pull. I like it, man. I like it. That's not a Joe Jano play. That's not a Cowboy Keith play either. But I think that's one where if you're playing for the tiebreak, you get the 14. You get.
For sure. If Ottawa's up 14 late, they're not going to lay off. I think they go after it if they know. But you get 2 head coaches there, so hopefully between one of them.
I think so.
But, I know I'm not the biggest fan of Rick Campbell. Bob Dyce, he seems like a guy that they like to play for. So
if they win by 14 or more, I will go get Bob Dyce's autograph myself.
Oh, get the autograph there.
I will go down and tell him, hey, man.
Let me see, what is it? Can I bet that? Let me see. Alternates. Oh, no, there's... I don't know. There's some issues here on FanDuel. There's no numbers. It's just number. Like there's no Let me see how far.
I'll take a look too. Let me see.
That's 10.5. Okay.
All spread here. Show more. You want minus 13.5? It's plus 750.
Plus 750. Little sprinkle. Why not? I was just looking. It's the last game, because you're playing. This is who you gotta stay ahead of. Them and BC, but you got BC twice, so you take care of this game.
Now here's another matchup that is also now obviously Calgary has the tiebreaker here, but Calgary could really put some pressure and some space between them and Winnipeg. You know, despite Winnipeg's showings, splitting the series with the Argos and stuff, they are still just one game behind Calgary from taking that second place in the West. And as you know, we are a big believer and we talk about it quite a bit. And I even showed a graph about it the other day. Um, if you can host a playoff game, your chances of making the Grey Cup go significantly up. The last 10 years, only Winnipeg from the 3 spot has made it all the way to the Grey Cup and won. And that was against the Ticats in 2019.
Yeah, that Winnipeg team kind of
fluked
figured
it
out
way
down the
there.
stretch.
They understood. They understood the assignment. And now, frankly, Winnipeg has the home game. So for them, it's just if they can host one and maybe not have to go to Saskatchewan. But I think Saskatchewan also understands the objective that they need a hold. They need, typically we would have already started to see a Rough Rider fall. And I hate to talk about the Rough Riders during a Winnipeg Calgary stretch, but how can you not? I mean, 7-1. They made sure to go into the bye week, regardless of results around the league. They hold their spot. And
we'll
so
see. We'll see how Saskatchewan plays after.
after.
We know how Saskatchewan coming off the bye. We know things can turn real quick. So that game, and it's a 3 p.m. game against the number 1 team in the East.
It'll be a shootout.
I thought Hamilton had the bye next week. Oh, my bad. I thought that.
No, Hamilton
they just don't play for like 10 days.
Yeah. Then they have
the bye. I thought that was the bye. Then they have the bye. Okay, then they have the bye. Okay, so
maybe they smashed the Rough Riders.
So maybe it is. Maybe it is a rough spot this week. But you don't have to play till next Saturday. So I mean, it's not.
No, I think the Hamilton game again. We're talking about this one, but the Hamilton game. I think the fact that you're celebrating a superstar and people are going to come out and those players are all going to have him in the locker room. They're going to be vibing with him. I think it's, BC will have to prove something, but it might be a very tough game. But I think Hamilton edges it out by.
Yeah, and the fact Nathan Ork said about the travel, that means he's worried about the crowd noise. I think it's just
the guy needs his sleep. He's going back home to Oakville. Come on, go see his parents. Maybe he'll invite his brother. Actually, his brother's in.
Isn't he from
Handling?
From Oakville?
He's from Victoria, but he grew up in Oakville.
Oh, yes.
So he's got both.
It was Thornhill.
No, Oakville. They played in Oakville.
Someone else is from Thornhill
then. Yeah. Both Rourkes played in Oakville.
Okay. Anyways, back to
let's talk about Winnipeg. Let's talk about the best news here. Winnipeg has both Collaros and Stanley Bryant back. Bryant being probably the bigger news than Collaros.
One is great news. The other one might be good news.
Yeah,
we're not sure because Traveler's 2-0 as the starter. No, I mean he got away with one last week.
Fair enough. And then obviously the big news for Calgary is that Adams is a full participant, which convinces me furthermore that if they needed to play Adams last week, they would have. But I think they were smart. They're like, it's against Ottawa. Doesn't really impact our standings. We already punted one against Ottawa. We punt another one, whatever.
And they've lost to Ottawa like a million times in a row. So it's like
exactly. There's one team to lose to.
Who cares? They're just we don't play well against Ottawa. They're an East team. They're not gonna, we don't expect to see them in the Grey Cup. Forget about
it. Watch that be the Grey Cup. That'd be hilarious.
No, exactly. Watch it.
And it has actually. They have a history of facing each other in the Grey Cup, believe it or not.
Ottawa beat them, and the Henry Burris. I think that was Bo, right? Bo against.
It was Bo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he lost.
But let's talk about this spread here. It's 5. Now, last time Winnipeg came into Calgary for the Stampede Bowl, got slapped. Then Winnipeg hosted Calgary, got slapped again. Do you think it's a repeat? Do you think Calgary's going to sweep the Bombers this season? That was right on my bingo card.
Right until I am 100% sure Vernon Adams is starting, I would not bet on Calgary. Could you imagine laying 5 points and Saturday PJ Walker walks out there? You might as well burn your money. My God, I mean, he hasn't been confirmed in yet. I think, do not lay 5. I don't get. Oh, I gotta get the closing line value. Yeah, but if PJ Walker walks out there, you're burning up. Did we lose me or you?
No. I said we lost. If PJ Walker comes in,
forget about it. You might as well, throw your money away because you're not covering 5 points. I can almost guarantee that PJ Walker. Don't bet the Stamps right now. Wait. Okay, if you like them this week, it's fine. Wait. I did something, now I could get screwed here because I am on the over in this game.
Ooh, I like it too.
Because Stanley Bryant's back. Now, if it's PJ Walker, I might get screwed too. But at the same time, maybe Winnipeg scores 52. I don't know. How many points? The Stamps missed a field goal last week. That game could have gone over the total.
Yeah.
That was a dead nut. I should have been on the under too. As soon as I heard it was Walker. But I mean, the Stamps defense might give up this week if PJ Walker starts to do his stuff. But I think it's going to be VA. Forget about what happened last week. Again, both Calgary losses, basically all 3 Calgary losses you can throw out because they either involve PJ Walker or a rainstorm. The team with Vernon Adams playing a full game, not in the rain, has won every time. What's the weather like this week in Calgary? We seeing rain? Calgary.
That can hurt us. Sunny on Saturday. Rains on Friday.
Nice weather. Nice weather. Might be a little wet. With Stanley Bryant back, Winnipeg's offense has looked better. You have this Trey Vavel kid. He's been pretty good. I don't know if he's good. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to score here. But the second game they played, the game in Winnipeg, the Winnipeg offense appeared to have something cooking against Calgary defense before Calgary kind of took over there. And then the pick 6, of course. And Killaros got hurt. Strevler came in. But they appeared to be getting something going, I thought, in the second game. So I think they can carry over that offensive game plan here. And, of course, Willie Jefferson. I'm not betting against him right now after what he did last season, 99.3. I mean, he's cooking. Now, he's older. I don't want to expect that every week, but this is a big game. Stanley Bryant's back. I like the. I can't bet. I don't know if I can bet Winnipeg because they got away with one. I mean, 2 special teams touchdown, a defensive touchdown. You got away with one back to back. I don't know if this is they played at home last week. They haven't been great on the road, but Adrian Green is still up for Calgary, so I think they're still beatable. And I think definitely Winnipeg's secondary has been awful. Yeah. So maybe PJ Walker can beat them if he starts. But I don't think he's going to start. I think it's going to be Vernon Adams. Vernon Adams is going to score on the secondary. I expect Vernon Adams to score points. But I think Winnipeg can score too. I think Winnipeg might be in this game. But I would rather just take the over because if Winnipeg's in this game, at least they've been scoring. Yeah. I think if Winnipeg's in this game goes over the total. So I'm if Calgary wins by 7, we can still go over the total. You know what I mean? We can get 30 to 23. Winnipeg's in the game, but it goes over the total, something like that.
One thing I look at the schedule here for Winnipeg. Similar to Ottawa. Like, okay, if you can sneak out a win here, you get to face Ottawa at home. Probably get a W there if you play them well, and then you get to face Montreal, potentially an MBT Montreal, still a very banged up Montreal. And then you get to go into your doubleheader against Saskatchewan, which at that point, if you 2 have 3 wins, that doubleheader all of a sudden becomes for first place. I'm
worried about the Bombers next week. That's all I'm going to say.
Actually, the Bombers will have the short week too. Yeah, actually, both Red Blacks and Bombers will have the short week.
But Red Blacks play Friday.
No, Red Bucks play Saturday. Both play Saturday.
Oh, they do play. Oh, okay. So Red Bucks are on the road, so that's a rough game for both. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But they do play Saturday afternoon, I guess. Ottawa to Winnipeg isn't that bad, but
no,
it's not short. But
neither is Ottawa. Winnipeg to Calgary, or come back.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I think Winnipeg can win this game, but like you getting your receivers back. If Alfred plays, I think this game will be way over the total because you thought Coxie was cool. This Alfred guy's even bigger. This guy's even bigger. You have those tiny little Winnipeg cornerbacks on him.
Yeah.
Feel bad, right? The guy's like he's not that short. I mean, he's probably like 5'10", 5'11". I mean, man,
tiny.
Coxie made him look real bad. I mean, he boxed him out on one of them. Coxie took an OPI.
Yeah.
He played him a little tougher as the game went along. But I mean, this Winnipeg secondary is beatable. Calgary's going to beat them. And Calgary's probably going to get to 30 points here. Winnipeg to win this game, you're going to have to get to 30. You're going to have to get probably higher than 30. I think that's the game plan coming in. I think they know we got to score. So late in the game, we got to play with the lead so Jefferson can get going late in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jefferson, he's going to play well early, but I think that the goal early is to take away the run. If I'm Winnipeg, early I want to take away the run, force Calgary to pass. Maybe they score because your secondary is kind of poo, but take away the run at least. Get the ball to your guys so you can score, right? If you get beat over the top quickly, right? And then we can get the ball back. We can run our offense, run the ball. That had success a couple weeks ago when they played the Stamps the second time, where they were in it. And then late, you let Jefferson cook and win you the game here. So I kind of want to take Winnipeg, but I can't do it.
Don't do it. It's too unknown.
Yeah.
Let's take the over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play the over. I don't trust Winnipeg enough because I feel like if they aren't able to stop the run, if they aren't able to Calgary might just whitewash them again and score 40. In which case we get the over. Winnipeg's gonna get to 17. You know what I mean? So I agree. This total is low. I know it's a Calgary game. Their defense has been good, but they played pretty hard against Ottawa. And you're missing Adrian Green. That fucks up your ratio for Canadians. So I don't think he's going to play.
I think the biggest thing here is that those two games against Toronto, they're so opposites of each other. Such a hard read on this team. We know a couple of things. Winnipeg's trash without Bryant. We don't know yet if Kolaros is fully okay or if they just think he needs to play over Strebler because he knows the playbook better, or they just have more trust with.
They should play. Actually, I know you see 2 quarter sixes bad. They should play both. I would play both.
Yeah, just play them both.
I would put Strebler because Zach, he's older. It's not like the Edmonton thing where you're taking the kid off the bench when he's cooking. It's like, okay, let's give Zach a rest. We want to run heavy.
Yeah.
Drive, right? Let's put Strebler in there. Let's run because they put in Wilson last week, I think, for a few. Or no, that was Montreal playing Caleb Evans. Oh yeah, Montreal plays Caleb Evans even better for the Elks. I forgot about that. They brought in Caleb Evans when everybody stopped watching.
A couple lines,
he's no good either. So
no. There's no win-wins there. All right, let's recap our week. So we got a couple plays here. We talked about the Hamilton BC game. We got a half a unit there. No, the confidence is there with the Hamilton score, but could still be a little bit tricky. The Edmonton confidence is back, even though last week we talked about the Elks team getting out of our sports book, but it's hard to argue against that injury report.
Yeah, Montreal's banged up.
It's a little hurt. A lot of parallels to that Ottawa-Calgary game. So we are going to lean on the Elks a bit here. Sprinkle a bit on that money line as well. The Ottawa-Toronto game, I mean, it's a prime spot for Ottawa to take back or to build off momentum and start their season. anew. We like the spread here for Ottawa, and then we're gonna sprinkle for the tiebreak the 14 points. You can turn off our things too.
Hold on, I got a 3.5. So that's
you got 3.5 somewhere, eh?
It's still available. It's still available.
All right, I'll change that.
I already did. Don't worry.
All right. On the fly editing, I love it.
Yeah.
And then we are going to stick with the over in the last game. Regardless of quarterbacks, it looks like at least one team needs to get 30 points, and hopefully the other team will get 22 or 21. No, 22 or more.
22. Yeah, we made 31-7 or no, 31-21. There we go.
Yeah, that works too. Okay, out of these bets here, we have to pick the best bet and let the people know.
I think so.
We're 5-4 plus 2 units on the best bet.
I know the best bet timing great. The one that stood out the one that I bet first was the over. I actually got a better number, but I had to look. I'm like, oh, is that real? And it was. It's like I got a little.
You got a 49.5. Was that?
I got 50.5. I had a 15. But I was gonna bet 51.5. I had full intention, so we'll give it out here. But I don't know. I mean, they're all they're all pretty even. You know, my gut this week when I looked at the line, my gut says the Winnipeg is a head bet, the Edmonton is a head bet, but my gut's telling me Ottawa's going to win this week. So I'm gonna make Ottawa plus 3.5 the best bet. Just listening to you and just trusting my gut that you've gotten Toronto wrong a couple of weeks, but you have a good read on this Red Blacks team. And I think this Red Blacks team needed a nice, easy win against PJ Walker and the Calgary backups. And now they see the standings. They're like, oh my God, if we win this game,
they're back in it.
Here we go. You know what I mean? This team has all the talent. The Hardy injury really concerned me. That's why I didn't bet it right away. Hardy is such an important piece. But the fact they're getting the lineman back, maybe Palejos, they had a fully offensive line for 2 plays, and then he got hurt, and then a fully offensive line with McManus being out, that's even worse than Hardy in my opinion. So if he's out, I think Ottawa can beat this team. And if Ottawa didn't even get the run game going last week, they couldn't. But if they get the run game going against Toronto, it's probably over early, and we get the sprinkle there. Give me the Red Blacks as the best bet. It's they should have been the best bet last week, so we're gonna take him this week. I did that a few weeks ago. I think with Hamilton should have been the best bet the 1 week, and I bet them the next week, and they won easily. So
they took it,
Ottawa should have been the best bet last week. They're going to be the best bet this week. Ottawa plus 3.5. That's the best bet, and hopefully they win by a lot. Maybe late, so it's an entertaining game. Maybe it's a last minute pick six or something.
And listen, I get it. They don't have Hardy, right? But you guys still got Lewis. You still got Pimpleton. You still got Addison. You have the rookie White. You got guys who could step in.
2 running backs. You know what I mean?
So it's and then the thing is, you have a lot of ex-Argo guys on this team, like Pickett and stuff, that we'll all know what this team's all about. It's to me, it's you got your punt returns. It could be Dedman, it could be Pimpleton. It'll be both.
Dedman back?
I believe he is.
I don't
play
think
last week. No, is he still out?
No, Pimpleton's in the returning. I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
That's a little bit of a concern because you're gassing one of your wideouts, and now you're going to be missing a wideout. But maybe they got somebody on.
Dedman's not on the injured list, so he's back. He's back.
Interesting. Maybe they cut him. I don't remember.
I don't think that'd be news to me. Did he play last week?
No, I didn't see him.
I don't recall. I'll take a look right now.
Oh, here it is.
Let me see if he's there. Is he back?
Oh yeah, no, he's remember he got that big leg injury. He's done.
That's right. He's just on the IL. He's on
because
you don't see Kelly on the list either. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on the 6th game.
A little bit concerned at receiver, but playing Toronto, run the ball.
Yeah, you can. You will. Shorter end zones too.
Yeah, and get enough of these jet sweeps. Get Crumb involved, and get some of that creativity. I like jet sweeps. Yeah. Get that out of here. Flea flickers. Get that out of here.
Yeah, don't do anything.
Creative plays that go forward, please.
Yeah. All right. So we got our best bet for the show. Now, a little bit of promo for you. Promo time. Pieguy Pick'em back on Friday. You excited for the season?
Yeah. Well, Friday is going to be. I'm a Dolphins fan. Everybody knows this. We're going to be talking about the Dolphins on Friday, so it's going to be interesting. Cowboy Keith will be there. He's going to shit all over him. We'll see what I have to say.
Pumping Drake Mays.
Chaos. Yeah, exactly. We have the AFC East and the NFC East. We'll probably do the NFC East first because then the AFC is actually more interesting, believe it or not, because you kind of know who's good in the NFC East and who isn't, except for Dallas. That's like the wild card. But it's going to be interesting. We're gonna preview both divisions. We'll go over the odds, the schedules, the changes in the offseason, this, that, what we think going forward. A little bit of fantasy stuff maybe. This Friday, August 8th, we are back. Myself, Cowboy Keith. Next Thursday will be the West, and then we have the fantasy show a week Monday. So yeah, we got a bit busy couple of weeks here. August. We got the busy August. Yeah, well, busy for once you get the fantasy show, it'll just be two shows a week. But that fantasy one's gonna be 3 shows a week, so that'll be fun. Be very, very busy. AFC East, NFC East this Friday. We'll talk. Come to the chat. Give your thoughts. Give your opinions. My futures, preseason futures, have notoriously not been good, so I'm not gonna give out too many. We're just gonna. I'll give out some. There is one I like for this. So we will have a bet. I'll have at least one bet every show, probably more than one bet.
Oh, that's
we'll
good.
Have some fun. It is preview shows, you know what I mean? You gotta have a little bit of fun here. Make fun of some of the.
That's the whole point.
Some of the nonsense that's gone on. I mean, the Jets are on the show. We're gonna have lots of fun making fun of them.
Yeah, next to the
Giants. We can't forget about them.
Yeah,
Russ Wilson. They're gonna solve all their problems.
Let's go, G-Men. Yeah. No, it's good. I can't wait. I'll be tuning in for sure. Your takes are some of
you're on in 2 weeks.
I'll be handling the South. Yeah. With
the South. The Souths are gonna be fun. The South and the North. I left the best for last. The East and the West is kind of determined. There's a couple teams here and there, but you kind of know who's good and who's not. But the North and the South are gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's when you get a little bit of a spice. All right, man. So we'll look forward to seeing you on Friday. We'll catch you on your channel and all that stuff. So
Pieguy 9871.
Yep. We'll link the socials on this show as well. Get people going. All right, man. Another great show, another great edition. We'll watch another fantastic weekend of football. We'll see if they hit. I think I got a good feeling we'll if not sweep, come close to one this week. Maybe not the sprinkle, obviously, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I think I'm feeling good. Last week I felt pretty good, and we went slightly positive.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Coxie bailing us out in the Argos game. And McLeod sucking. So hopefully he sucks again. And Coxie. I will be betting the Coxie yards if it's less than 100. I'll post that later. But I will be betting the Coxie. I've bet it now a couple of times. If the books don't want to adjust, I'm gonna keep betting it. The guy's cooking right now. He leads the league in receiving.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. We'll catch then. See ya.
Goodbye.